Prepare not just food baskets this time, but also prepared meals with these orphans as inshallah one big family. Shahr Ramadan is not just about what you eat, it's also about who you sit with as you eat. So today, inshallah, I am ecstatic to sit with some of the most beautiful people I have ever had the honor to sit, inshallah. Let's go see what's for dinner. تفضلوا تفضلوا واحدة للنهاية لو سمحتوا. Adhan is just around the corner. We're really excited and getting ready to prepare our foods and open them up and get finally eating. But before that, we're going to all do, inshallah, a quick dua to thank Allah for the ni'mah that He's given us. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma laka sumna wa ala rizqika aftarna. These moments are important because it's not about what they eat for these children, it's more about how they feel, recognized, acknowledged, loved, and ultimately cared for. And so inshallah, what better time is there to do all that and provide all that other than Shahr Ramadan, the month of rahmah and care and love and acknowledgement. It's moments like these that are priceless and invaluable, that are the result of all the hard work and contributions that have come through from many mu'mineen across the world, that give love and life and happiness and invaluable precious moments that are priceless and cannot be repeated normally every single day. From us here at Imam Hussein Charity, and on behalf of all of these wonderful, beautiful angels, thank you, and Shahr Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you, Imam Hussein Charity.
Do you remember what happened to your grandfather on the day of Ashura? Do you remember what was the situation when he called Hal min Nasirin Yansuruna? No, and now I want to look at all the mothers. I wonder how would you feel if you saw your child being slaughtered, if you saw your infant being slaughtered. Well, Imam Hussein just saw his infant being slaughtered, and the mother and all the women had to witness that. But it wasn't just that. It was also that there were bodies slaughtered, that the women were screaming, that everyone was thirsty. Ya Mahdi, مات التصبر في انتظارك أيها المحيي الشريعة. فانهض فما أبقى التحمل غير أحشاء جزوعة، فاطلب به بدم القتيل بكربلاء في خير شيعة. ماذا يهيجك إن صبرت لوقعة الطرف الفظيعة؟ أترى تجيء فظيعة بأمض من تلك الفجيعة، حيث الحسين على الثرى خيل العدا طحن الضلوع. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون، وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون، والعاقبة للمتقين.
Ignite hope and stamp out poverty with Imam Hussein Charity.
Oh yes, let's find this lecture. There it is. No, wait.
Wish it were easy to watch the programs you love.
Come on, let's watch Karbala live. Muharram lecture. Wait, what episode? Okay, is it the 6th, the 7th? Why?
The Imam Hussein Media Group Smart TV app has live programs, lectures and recitations all in one place, so you can easily watch what matters to you. Search Imam Hussein Media Group on your TV app store and download our app now.
اللهم يا من دلع لسان الصباح بنطق تبلجه، وسرح قطع الليل المظلم بغياه بتلجلجه، وأتقن صنع الفلك الدوار في مقاد.
One of the greatest acts of worship in Islam is to supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah says in the Quran, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Your Lord says, call upon me and I shall answer you. When a person supplicates to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you understand the dynamics of the relationship. I am the abd and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the mawla.
Is it not through the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the hearts go tranquil? Is it not that Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam in dua where he says, Ya man ismuhu dawa wa dhikruhu shifa? Allah's name is a medicine and His remembrance is a cure. These are indications to us that remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are ways for us to be at a tranquil state, for us to purify ourselves.
Psychologically, we can look at dua and supplication as a way of self-expression, of being able to channel the things that we are going through and the burdens that we are feeling and the distress.
أبوي يعاني من عينه ويريد له عملية ويريد له فلوس بس ما عنده فلوس منين يسوي له عملية. ما عندنا لا ملابس لا هاي مصرف لا هاي لا قرطاسية.
هذا السبب ما يسجلون المدرسة؟
إيه أبوي يعاني من عينه ويريد له عملية ويريد له فلوس بس ما عنده فلوس منين يسوي له عملية. من الناس الخيرية يريد أبوي عملية يسوي له ومدرسة لي يسجلوني وما عاد أبوي يسوي فلوس يسوي عملية. لا عدنا نفط لا عدنا صوبة والدنيا باردة. من تطم علينا تتأذى.
Look at these children filled with passion, ambition. They want to make a difference in the future. Every child deserves an opportunity and education, and every child deserves a happy childhood. Inshallah, with your help and your contribution, not only can these children receive the education that they require, but also you can help their father receive treatment so he can continue to be present in their lives. To make a difference, visit www.imamhusseincharity.com and inshallah, all of these children will have a better future.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV3. Welcome back to another episode of Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. This show is a show of learning, a show of seeking knowledge, and a show of understanding the faith one question at a time. And especially during this holy month of Ramadan, where it is important for us to seek as much knowledge as possible. My name is Sayyid Muthanna Al-Musawi, your host for this evening, and I am joined by our dear Sheikh Ali. Ma'ash, salam alaikum Sheikhna.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing, Sheikhna?
Alhamdulillah, fine.
Alhamdulillah. Allah yataqabbal a'malkum wa siyamkum, Sheikhna.
Allah barak.
And to our dear viewers at home, may Allah accept your fasts, your prayers and your good deeds. Thank you very much for tuning in. Inshallah, in this episode, as I have already said, inshallah, in this episode we can get closer to the faith, to the religion of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim wassalam, to the message and the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim wassalam, and inshallah together we can learn as much as possible. To learn as much as possible, one question at a time. Please send us your questions with the various options down below. You can either call in with the number shown below over here, 0203 515-0199, or with the WhatsApp number over here. You can send us a question or call us with the WhatsApp number 07415092155, or you can scan the QR code to take you to our WhatsApp. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send us your questions there, and inshallah in all three scenarios the Sheikh will be here to answer your questions. Sheikhna, beginning with the questions from WhatsApp. Can you explain briefly the main cause of Surah Al-Munafiqeen?
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. In the beginning of the surah is very clear. إذا جاءك المنافقون. If the hypocrites come to you, O Rasulullah, and they say to you that you are Rasulullah, you are Allah's messenger, but Allah knows that they are liars. So there are groups of munafiqeen. The munafiq or the hypocrite means the one who shows Islam. Apparently he would say the shahadatain, attend the salah jama'ah within the Prophet's companions.
Okay.
Yes, there were munafiqun in Medina, maradu al nifaq, as the Quran says, that they took this step of plotting against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they literally showed externally that they're Muslims. They attended some battles, for example, prayers, even Umrah, Hajj with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But eventually, in their hearts, they were deviants and even kafir in their hearts.
And Shaykhna, how do we figure out who's the hypocrites, who is the munafiqeen?
Eventually, one day, they will expose. They'll be exposed in somehow.
Okay.
Now, through their statements, their acts, their disobedience towards Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in which the history recorded many events, in which they refused to join the Prophet in some of his battles, for example. So they separated from the Prophet's army and left them about 300 in one of the battles. So it was clear that they are munafiqeen. And of course, Allah told them, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that fulan's munafiq. It was very clear. He had the wahy and revelation.
Of course. And then from YouTube, Shaykhna, do you have to break your fast as soon as you can at the time of Layl?
No, in terms of the time of opening your fast is when the adhan is called.
But do you have to break your fast as soon as you can?
No, if you want to, you can just avoid opening your fast, pray first with the fasting situation, and then go back after salah and open your fast with dates and so forth.
Okay. Thank you, Sheikh. And then from YouTube, Salam alaikum. If we see a fight breaking out between a Muslim couple, what should we do?
فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَهُمَا, as the Quran states. Islah, to reconcile, to bring them back together in tranquility and peace and love and respect. That's the best way.
But Shaykhna, the majority of the majority of advice that a lot of older couples usually give to younger couples is they say, don't let anyone else be involved in your marriage, be it in an argument or anything really. So when a couple is in the middle of an argument, should they just keep it between themselves, or should they allow someone to come in between them and try and reconcile? Because that might actually lead to something further and make it more worse.
You see, it depends. Sometimes there are things that doesn't need to be referred back to someone elderly or someone who could help. Sometimes it can be solved internally, but sometimes it exceeds the limit, and you have to see somebody who would help and try to reconcile. So it depends on the situation.
Of course. And then Shaykhna from YouTube, Assalamu alaikum. What is the ruling on fasting and going away from your house? What time and what is the max distance?
Well, you have to make sure that if you travel from the border of your city, not from the inside of the town or your home, from the border of the city, if you travel, you have to calculate 22 kilometers out and 22 back. So it's in total 45, let's say, give or take, 45 kilometers in total, in and out. That's the Shari'i distance of traveling, in which you have to open your fast in the daytime, break your fast in other words, and pray short, qasr as well.
Okay.
So you have to pass this 22 or 22.5 kilometers at least, and return also to be 22 kilometers and such like. So you have to make sure that 44-45 kilometers in and out of the city border. In this case, you can open your fast and pray short as well.
And do you have to open your fast? And do you have to pray short?
Yes, it's wajib. You have to.
It's wajib.
Yes, you cannot fast and travel. It's not accepted. You have to obey Allah Azza wa Jalla the way He wanted to worship Him. And there's a narration which says that in Allah يحب أن يؤخذ برخصه. Allah likes to see His servant to use these compensations, in other words, or these concessions, to use those concessions. Allah gave you a concession. When you travel, eat, drink, enjoy yourself, you don't have to fast.
Understood.
Yes, don't eat and drink excessively, respecting this holy month, but you have to break it and shorten your salah as well.
What about Shaykhna, if you were to leave your current city, your current house after Salat al-Dhuhr and then come back before Salat al-Maghrib, do you have to fast? Is your fast accepted that day, or does that count as traveling?
Yes, in this case, if you travel after Salat al-Dhuhr, after noon prayer, then in this case you have to keep the fast. You cannot break it, even if you pass the Shari'i distance. What we said was before Salat al-Dhuhr. If you leave in the morning, then you have to break it. But if you leave in the afternoon, no, you have to keep it till Maghrib time, then you can open your fast with Maghrib. So that's the difference.
Okay.
Before Dhuhr and after Dhuhr. That's the borderline for breaking and not breaking. Which both, of course, wajib. You have to you have to break it in the morning, and you have to keep it in the afternoon. In other words, in trouble.
Of course. Interesting questions. Dear viewers, as you are seeing, there are some interesting questions here and more questions that will be asked now. If you would like to skip the queue of questions that I have in front of me, you can, of course, do it by calling in and asking the Sheikh your question directly, and you will get your answers there and then. So all you need to do is call in with this number over here, 0203 515 0199. Or if you would like, you can send us your questions via messaging on WhatsApp through the number shown below over here, 07415092155. Or you can scan the QR code to take you to our WhatsApp, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send us your questions there. Carrying on with the question, Shaykhna, from WhatsApp. Is it permissible for a person to adopt a child, and taking care of a deserving child on its own earns a rewarding deed?
Yes, indeed. We have a narration, I think, which says, أنا وكافل اليتيم كهاتين. I think that Rasulullah has been mentioned that he said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the one who fosters an orphan will be like me, will be with me, in other words, in the hereafter. Kahatain.
Okay.
So imagine the great reward for the one who would foster an orphan, who would be with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, what does it mean kahatain? Is he in the same level? No, of course. But you would be somewhere close to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in paradise, in that vicinity, in that city, in that. على كل حال. It depends on your position, in your a'mal.
Understood. Thank you. And then from WhatsApp, are girls and women allowed to wear a black coat and scarf all year round, even when it's not the months of Muharram and Safar? Is this makruh?
No, that's hijab. I mean, we have exceptions even for the Maulanas or Mashayikh. If they wear black abba, for example, or the black turban, that's excluded from being makruh and discouraged. So some of them is not part of these discouragements. Yes, the main garment, let's say you wear at home a t-shirt, male or female, around the year black, some will say there's a discouragement to this regard. To wear constantly, always black, at home, at work. But for the hijab is different. Hijab is there, it's dark because it doesn't attract. If she wears white or pink or red, that would attract. It's eye-catching.
Of course, yes.
So that's why it's better to have something darker. Now it could be dark navy, dark, grey and so forth.
Of course. And then from YouTube, Shaykhna, is Al-Azhar in Egypt just like Hawza in Iran? And can you learn 12 Shia Islam there and become a scholar? Or is it just the Hawza in Iran and Iraq?
No, if you want Sunni studies, you go to Azhar. You want to learn the fiqh of Hanafi, Shafi'i, Maliki, you go and study these madahib and their opinions. But if you want to study, of course, to become alim, Shi'i alim, you have to go to Qom or Najaf with this regard. So it depends. And you have to make sure, if you want to go to Azhar, to have a strong aqidah and belief. Because sometimes being too much in an environment where they're not with Ahl Bayt that much, and they would praise those who suppressed Ahl Bayt alayhim salam, would somehow influence and affect one's heart and mind eventually. So yeah, I mean, for being Shi'i alim, you have to go to Najaf or Qom.
Shaykhna, are the houses in Qom and Najaf the only two houses in the world?
They're the main ones. Otherwise, in Tehran there's one, in Mashhad there's one, in Isfahan they have a hawza, in Kadhimiya in Iraq they have hawza Karbala, they have hawza Karbala, Ibn Fahd al-Hilli hawza. I'm sure there should be in southern Iraq hawza as well, I'm not sure exactly. But these are the main ones. But the top ones, or the mother hawza, is Qom al-Najaf.
Okay.
The mother hawza, as we can say. Yeah.
Understood. And then Shaykhna, from WhatsApp, does waqf have a particular mechanism? And can a person who gives something in waqf appoint a trustee for it?
Yeah, I mean, usually when you have something waqf, you say this land is a Husseini or a mosque, that's it.
Yes.
And you got somebody who will take care of the place, and he is responsible for maintaining the place and so forth. So that's the waqf.
And then just to clarify, Shaykhna, what a waqf is that where...
Endowment, in other words, in English they call it endowment.
Endowment, where they can't sell it.
Yeah, exactly. It remains waqf forever.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then from YouTube, is it recommended to get married and get kids? Is there hasanat? And do you have to marry?
Number one, it is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he said, "An-nikah sunnati." It is my sunnah. Marriage is my sunnah. And he had many wives, as you know, in Medina. In Mecca, he married to Khadija salamullah alayha when she passed away later. And number two, with regards to the marriage, yes, we have a narration which states that 2 rak'ah that a married person prays is 70 times compared to the one who is single and he prays the 2 rak'ah. So that single individual who hasn't married yet, that single individual needs to pray 70 rak'ah to reach the thawab of this 2 rak'ah of this married couple or individual. So you can see the great reward of the one who is married compared to the one who is single, for example. That's it. In terms of the thawab of these rak'atain salah, of the single compared to the one who is married.
This is just 70, to do 70. With this is just to do with thawab. It doesn't thawab, actually equate to
thawab. No, the reward of 70. Yeah.
So I'm married. I can't just do one salah and count it as 70 and not pray for the next 70.
No, you have to pray. No, that's just the reward. Yes. That's different.
Yes. So still, it's to do with thawab.
Just the reward, yeah, compared to the one who is single. That 2 rak'ah. The married prays 70 times compared to the single one.
Understood. And then to our dear viewers at home, I'm just scrolling through the list of questions in front of me. I've got so many. So if you would like to skip the queue of questions, you can of course call in with the number shown below over here, 0203 515 0199, or with the WhatsApp number you can also call at 07415 092155, or you can send us your questions via the WhatsApp, which is also down below, 07415 092155, or you can scan the QR code which is in the corner, which will take you to our WhatsApp, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send us your questions there. Shaykhna, from WhatsApp, are playing wrestling, boxing, taekwondo or karate as a sport allowed?
Yes, with the condition that it doesn't cause severe harm to the one individual, so it doesn't disable an organ, or cut a limb and so forth, or doesn't cause blindness and so forth.
But what about this minor bruising, for example? Minor bruising?
It shouldn't be a severe harm. So minor bruising could happen in any kind of acts.
But what about, Sheikhna, sorry, for example, let's say me and you are boxing and I punch you really hard and there's bruising. Do I then have to pay kafara on it or anything like that? But this is just, of course, it's a sport.
I mean, no one can forgive the other.
Okay.
Forgiveness, al-afw is the best thing to forgive, yeah.
Understood. And then, Sheikhna, from WhatsApp, can we eat the food in a halal restaurant that has been cooked by a non-Muslim?
Well, if they are not Ahlul Kitab, because according to some, Ahlul Kitab are pure and tahir. If they are not Ahlul Kitab and they touch this food in somehow with their wet hands, then that food becomes impure. So you cannot consume it. So that's the issue.
Yes. And then from WhatsApp, can a man wear a platinum ring?
What's that, sorry?
Can a man wear a platinum ring?
Platinum.
It's a different type of material.
If it's not gold, then it's fine. I'm not sure platinum is if it's part of the gold family.
I don't believe so.
If it's not gold, then you can, like silver and such like.
Understood. And then from YouTube, does the Hausa at Qom speak Arabic or English? If that's the languages you know, if you want to learn there.
I think they have Arabic Hausa, and of course Farsi is the main Hausa studies there. But they have Arabic, and they are bringing lots of English-speaking students from America and Europe to be taught. So they teach them at least 1 year now, either Arabic language or English language, Farsi. So it depends. You have to switch at the end of the day. You can't learn English Hausa studies in Qumur Najaf. You have to learn either Arabic or Farsi. So you'll have to spend a year. If you're not Arab speaker or Farsi speaker, then you have to learn 1 year Farsi or Arabic. It depends on which Hausa you want to go. Arabic Hausa or Farsi Hausa.
Okay.
So you have to learn one of these.
And they have both options in Qom?
Yes, you can choose, yeah.
And then from WhatsApp, I am a girl who has received many proposals for marriage, but each time my father has done istikhara and it came out bad. What should I do? Should I keep waiting until the istikhara comes out good?
The narration states, من أتاكم ترضون خلقه ودينه أو دينه وخلقه فزوجوه. The one who comes and you're happy with their akhlaq, you did your research about this individual, he has akhlaq and he has deen, he has faith, haram, halal, he observes haram, halal, he prays, he pays khums, he pays charity, someone who doesn't commit sins in overall, then marry him. It doesn't mention you have to take istikhara. Istikhara is something when you're in doubt, you're indecision, unsure about it. And otherwise, if you know the family, you did this research, and then tawakkal Allah, pay sadaqah and go forward. Otherwise, you're going to end up istikhara and you're going to reach the age of 30, 35 and still the khir is bad. Nothing. That's not going to do justice to you. Yeah. So tawakkal Allah.
Tawakkal Allah.
Yeah. Without istikhara.
Okay. And then to our dear viewers at home, inshallah now we will be going on break. But just before that, the Sheikh has something that he would like to say. Over to you, Sheikhna.
Yes, indeed. We have a narration which says, Rahimallah man ahya amrana. Allah have mercy upon the one who revives our matter. And that's the matter of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Now we are at the doorstep of the milad of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So we try to commemorate his birth by attending the majalis, listening to the lectures, his biography, for example. It's important that we revive this occasion, despite what's happening now and the blood in which is being spilled, of innocent people, of children, of small girls. But we still have to go back and listen to what Imam Hussein said, Salamullah alayh, to learn his biography, to be able to understand and to see how the Imam, he went through all these difficulties in his life as well, how the enemies betrayed him, how the enemies eventually killed the Imam alayhi salam. So we try to revive this matter, inshallah. Dhikr Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, it's all barakah wa khair. And this brings, inshallah, victory to the Shia of Ahlul Bayt by reviving their matter either to be mawlid, mawlud or be shahada. At the end of the day, we have to revive it. At least by attending the lecture, for example, of the milad. And a few poetry.
Yes, inshallah, inshallah. Ahsantum, Shaykhna. And to our dear viewers at home, as I've just said, inshallah, now we will be going on a break. Make sure to send us your questions while we are on a break, and inshallah, the Shaykh will be here to answer it after the break.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures of scholars. Is it permissible to plant trees by or over
Islam
the
established based on peace and
Is it
non-violence?
permissible to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim countries?
Is there an issue for men looking at non-Muslim women?
To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 092155.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 092155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures of scholars. Is it permissible to plant trees by or over
Islam
the
established based on peace and
Is it
non-violence?
permissible to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim countries?
Is there an issue for men looking at non-Muslim women?
To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 092155.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 092155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back after the break to Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. I hope that during the break you managed to send in your questions. If you have not yet done so, please do so now. And inshallah, the Shaykh will be here to answer your questions. Shaykhna from WhatsApp, is taking pictures of a dead body allowed? Is it haram or makruh?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As long as it doesn't breach the sanctity of the dead Muslim body, then it should be fine. It shouldn't be a picture in which shows them in a bad way, for example. You know, it shouldn't break that sanctity. So as a picture, it's fine. You can take. But yeah, make sure it's not a picture that would give a bad image to the mayyit. You know, the way, ala kulli hal. You have to be careful with this.
Understood, understood. And to our dear viewers, just a couple of technical issues. We'll be right back with you. Just a little short break. Oh, yes. Okay, so now it's all been sorted out. Welcome back. Make sure to send in your questions. You've got the various options down below. And inshallah, now let's carry on with the questions. From YouTube, Shaykhna, I am a doctor and I get Shaykhna, I am a doctor and I get money of commission of the work which I recommend my patients does. Can I use that money or not?
I'm not sure how it works exactly, but if you're paid for the job that you do as commission, that's allowed as well.
So it's like Shaykhna, if you were to go to a restaurant, Shaykhna, and you say you're hungry for this thing, and I say, have this and also have this. So you're recommending something. Of course, with a doctor, it's a different scenario. They're recommending procedures. Sometimes the patient may not need it. Most of the times they would need it. But with each procedure that the person is recommending, they will get an amount of money. Anything extra, they will receive an extra amount of money.
If the patient is not deceived in somehow, given the wrong information, or they're ignorant about this issue, then you have to make them aware that this is the situation. You have to explain.
Yes.
These are the side effects and so forth. It's like when you prescribe medicine, you would tell them it has this kind of side effects, such and such consequences, and so forth, and such benefits. So if they're happy with it, the Quran says tijara and taradin, a mutual agreement of trade. It's like a trade. You pay something, you get something in return as a service, for example.
So just to clear up with them,
exactly,
make sure it's clear, make sure they understand. Okay. And then from YouTube, what is istihara?
Is it istihala?
It says over here istihara.
We don't have istihara, we have istihala.
Istihala.
Istihala is when the transformation of something to something.
Okay.
For example, the wood, you would burn it, it becomes ashes, for example. Or other substances, for example. Transformation of something to something else. Now, it could have different meanings for each subject. For example, one of the issues that the Sharia says it's pure and halal to consume is the wine vinegar. And that's called inqilab, similar to istihala, which means the transformation chemically of alcohol, or the wine, which is intoxicating, into what? Into a different substance, which has no intoxication, nothing else. It's all changed through chemical process into vinegar. So in this case, it becomes halal to consume. It's no longer alcohol, no longer intoxicating. It's actually just vinegar with different taste, different effects. So that's important. There's no muskir inside.
Sheikhna, just in case if they maybe spelt it wrong, so they might have meant istihala, they might have also meant istikhara. So can you also answer what is istikhara?
Istikhara means you ask Allah Azza wa Jal's guidance by the Quran. That should I do this? Should I go for this trip? Should I marry this individual? So you open the Quran. If the ayah is towards the good, then the khira is good, then do it. If the ayah is towards the bad, adab, for example, hellfire, then is bad, then don't do it. That's istikhara. When you're 50-50, you're unsure.
Okay.
You're in the middle.
When you're 50-50, yes.
In confusion, then you take istikhara.
And can anyone do it? Or does it have to be particular people?
Someone who understands the verses, because sometimes it's confusing. Or is it bad or good? So you're always back to the expert, alim, someone who's expert in istikhara taking. Yeah.
Of course. And then Sheikhna from YouTube, what is the recommended age to get married?
You see, Islam would encourage marriage from young age. But the issue is maturity as well plays a role in this case. That someone should be mature to be able to make the right decisions. So maturity is important. But today's law, as you can see, 18 plus is the marriage age. In some countries 21, which is, of course, it's an oppression against this young male or a female who have reached their, the highest levels of desires. Somebody who's 16, 17, they start to arouse their lusts, automatically, in other words. So to prevent them from marriage is an oppression, for example, against those youngsters and youths. And that's why you see in the schools, they're 14, they have a girlfriend, and sometimes pregnant. And nobody would say anything to them. You can have this unlawful relationship and even be pregnant, 13, 14, that's fine. But as soon as you say marriage, wawailah, they attack you. Child abuse, underage marriage, qiyamah would be apprised. But, that's one of the causes of all this corruption, fasad, and adultery, na'udhu billah. That's because restrict the age of marriage into specific age.
Na'udhu billah. And then Sheikhna from YouTube, sorry, I'm a new revert finding it puzzling. Is there division in the Shia sect as well? in terms of the different madahib?
Well, the prophetic's famous hadith that my ummah will be divided into 73 sects, one in paradise and the rest in hellfire.
Okay.
So yes, that's part of the imtihan, of the test of the humanity, that you have to keep researching and research and to be tested until you reach to the right path. It's not easy.
So just to clarify, Shaykhna, which one is the correct madhab of the Shia sects?
The one which is mentioned in Sahih Muslim, Tirmidhi, others, that the Prophet said, I leave with you two weighty things, the book of Allah and my progeny. وعترتي أهل بيتي ما أنت تمسكتم بهما لن تضلوا بعدي أبدا. If you keep hold of this book of Allah and Ahl Bayt, you'll never go astray. In other words, if you leave Ahl Bayt and you go to some of the Sahaba as Khulafa, as leaders, you will be deviated and go the path of astray.
And that is the
That's
Ahl
the Prophet
Bayt
says.
12 Imams.
أحسنت. Imam Ali the first Imam and Al-Mahdi is the last Imam. Salamullah al-Majma'in. That's important.
Yes.
It's a muttafaq hadith. Shi'i Sunni, Kitab Allah wa Itrati Ahli Bayti. See Sahih Muslim?
Yes.
And he mentions, I think, that they are Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein alayhi salam. He mentions names. I read it a long time ago. So it's all there. That's the haqq, that's the right path. Kitab Allah wa Itrati Ahli Bayti.
Understood. And then Shaykhna from YouTube, if you are 15 years old and you don't work and you have a few $100 on your wallet, do you have to pay khums or zakat?
Yes, you still have to pay khums, in which if you don't spend them during the year, let's say you have a specific date of khums day around the year, and you didn't spend this, let's say $500 or dollars, as they say, it's left there in the cupboard, and then you haven't spent it in the bank account, you have to take out 1/5, which is 20%, and pay it with this regard. So yeah.
1/5 after you, at the end of your zakat, yeah.
Unless you spend it, that's fine. Go for a holiday, spend it, enjoy it, that's fine.
Understood. And then from YouTube, do I have to pay zakatul fitr for my unborn baby as the head of the household? It's
an interesting discussion with the ulama. They would mention as an example that if the child was born on the eve of the Eid, just before the Maghrib Adhan, yes, you have to pay. He or she becomes part of the heads that you have to pay zakat al-fitr on. But if he or she was born after Adhan al-Maghrib, يعني in Shawwal, then that's it. On the day of, let's say, day of Eid, now that's it. There's no payment need to be made for. So the zakat of fitr should be made for the month of Ramadan. So there's a discussion with this regard. So if she or he is not born yet, and they're due to be born, let's say Shawwal al-Qa'dah, there's no zakat al-fitr on them.
Understood. And then from WhatsApp, is it permissible for a woman to get her eyebrows tattooed?
Yes, she can, but the problem is, if that is known to be as zina and beauty, she has to cover it when she goes out in public. That's the problem with it.
Okay.
And the same thing with the face tattoo and so forth.
And then from WhatsApp, Shaykhna, can I perform tawaf on the additional levels, the first floor, as I am of elderly age and I use wheelchair during the tawaf, and where should one pray the salat of tawaf?
With this regard, I'm not sure about the ulama's opinions with this regard, because they are different with this regard. They want to do tawaf as close as possible as you can with this regard. And of course, the salah would be behind the maqam of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So you go back like 10 meters and you pray the 2 rak'ah just in front of the maqam of Ibrahim alayhi salam. I mean, we prayed that long time ago when I was young, just next to the maqam. It was so busy, so crowded. You can't finish the salah. So now the ulama made it easier, that you go back 10 meters and pray behind it.
And to our dear viewers at home, thank you very much for tuning in. We do apologize if we did not have the time to answer your questions, and inshallah, please do join us tomorrow and in the coming episodes, and inshallah the Sheikh will be here to answer your questions as he was here today. Thank you very much. This has been Ahkam SOS. I've been your host, Sayyid Muthanna Al-Musawi. Fi amanillah. Are you ready for the biggest monthly Shia raffle? Introducing the big Karbala monthly raffle held live every month on Imam Hussein TV3. Every month, 3 winners receive blessed shrine flags, 5 receive marble rings from inside the holy shrine, and 1 lucky winner receives a ziyarah ticket to Karbala. But this is more than prizes. When you join the 14,000 subscribers campaign, you help Imam Hussein TV3 protect the message of the Ahlul Bayt alayhum as-salam, defend our faith and educate the next generation worldwide. Your support becomes ongoing sadaqah jariyah, and in return, you receive exclusive Karbala services every month. Ziyarah is recited on your behalf and your marhumin in Karbala and Najaf. Monthly sadaqah is given in your name. You receive 1 free istikhara and an Islamic wallpaper and access to a live Islamic law Q&A. Stay committed and the rewards grow. After 3 months, your marhum's name and a photo are placed inside the shrine, and after 1 year, you receive a blessed khak shifa from Karbala. And when you visit Karbala, you can visit the rooftop of Imam Hussein TV and personally receive your exclusive Karbala gift bag. The raffle runs every month and the rewards last forever. Visit imamhussein3.tv/14,000 or WhatsApp +44 2035150199.
When you feed a family, you help for a day. When you empower a mother, you change a future. In Kabul, in Karbala, in communities often overlooked, mothers are learning skills, earning income, rebuilding confidence. Through Mothernomics, women move from dependency to dignity, from surviving to sustaining. When a mother stands strong, her children return to school, her home stabilizes, her community grows. This Ramadan, invest in a mother and give where it lasts.
Just a short while ago, we came to you with a dream. Imam Hussein TV finally has a new home thanks to your generosity. This chapter is something special. We're finally bringing everything to life. Phase 1 of the Zainabiyya complex starts here on the ground floor. The studios are being developed. Shortly you'll hear the voices you love to hear and the stories about the Ahlul Bayt. Also on this floor is something special. Our Husayniyya, dedicated to Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Phase 2 brings this floor to life. All the background work, be it editing, development, for all of your favorite shows, happens on this floor. The stuff you don't get to see, the magic behind the camera, is all here. Phase 3 is all about sustainability, with offices being created to allow the channel to generate rental income. This phase is all about the long-term vision of the channel. Have the opportunity to rent an office in our new home. You helped us secure a foundation. This Ramadan helped us build it. Every single donation leaves a legacy. This is a place for community, family, and most importantly, every single one of you. Donate this month, build with us.
Today we are going to be attending a iftar and prepare not just food baskets this time, but also prepared meals with these orphans as inshallah one big family. Shahr Ramadan is not just about what you eat, it's also about who you sit with as you eat. So today, inshallah, I am ecstatic to sit with some of the most beautiful people I have ever had the honor to sit, inshallah. Let's go see what's for dinner. Adhan is just around the corner. We're really excited and getting ready to prepare our foods and open them up and get finally eating. But before that, we're going to all do, inshallah, a quick dua to thank Allah for the ni'mah that He's given us. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma laka sumna wa ala rizqika aftarna. These moments are important because it's not about what they eat for these children, it's more about how they feel, recognized, acknowledged, loved, and ultimately cared for. And so inshallah, what better time is there to do all that and provide all that other than Shahr Ramadan, the month of rahmah and care and love and acknowledgement. It's moments like these that are priceless and invaluable, that are the result of all the hard work and contributions that have come through from many mu'mineen across the world, that give love and life and happiness and invaluable, precious moments that are priceless and cannot be repeated normally every single day. From us here at Imam Hussein Charity, and on behalf of all of these wonderful, beautiful angels, thank you, and Shahr Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you, Imam Hussein Charity.
Do you remember what happened to your grandfather on the day of Ashura? Do you remember what was the situation when he called Hal min Nasirin Yansuruna? No, and now I want to look at all the mothers. I wonder how would you feel if you saw your child being slaughtered, if you saw your infant being slaughtered. Well, Imam Hussein just saw his infant being slaughtered, and the mother and all the women had to witness that. But it wasn't just that. It was also that there were bodies slaughtered, that the women were screaming, that everyone was thirsty. Ya Mahdi, مات التصبر في انتظارك أيها المحيي الشريعة فانهض فما أبقى التحمل غير أحشاء جزوعة فاطلب به بدم القتيل بكربلاء في خير شيعة ماذا يهيجك إن صبرت لوقعة الطرف الفظيعة أن ترى تجيء فظيعة بأمض من تلك الفجيعة حيث الحسين على الثرى خيل العدا طحن الضلوع إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين.
Ignite hope and stamp out poverty with Imam Hussein Charity.
Oh yes, let's find this lecture. There it is. No, wait.
Wish it were easy to watch the programs you love.
Come on, let's watch Karbala live. Muharram lecture. Wait, what episode? Okay, is it the 6th, the 7th? Why?
The Imam Hussein Media Group Smart TV app has live programs, lectures and recitations all in one place, so you can easily watch what matters to you. Search Imam Hussein Media Group on your TV app store and download our app now.
اللهم يا من دلع لسان الصباح بنطق تبلجه وسرح قطع الليل المظلم بغياه بتلجلجه وأتقن صنع الفلك الدوار في مقاد.
One of the greatest acts of worship in Islam is to supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah says in the Quran, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Your Lord says, call upon me and I shall answer you. When a person supplicates to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you understand the dynamics of the relationship. I am the abd and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the mawla.
Is it not through the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the hearts go tranquil? Is it not that Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam in dua where he says, Ya man ismuhu dawa wa dhikruhu shifa? Allah's name is a medicine and His remembrance is a cure. These are indications to us that remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are ways for us to be at a tranquil state, for us to purify ourselves.
Psychologically, we can look at dua and supplication as a way of self-expression, of being able to channel the things that we are going through and the burdens that we are feeling and the distress.
أبوي يعاني من عينه ويريد له عملية ويريد له فلوس بس ما عنده فلوس منين يسوي له عملية. ما عندنا لا ملابس لا هاي مصرف لا هاي لا قرطاسية.
هذا السبب ما يسجلون المدرسة؟
إيه. أبوي يعاني من عينه ويريد له عملية ويريد له فلوس بس ما عنده فلوس منين يسوي له عملية. الناس الخيرية يريد أبوي عملية يسوي له. ومدرسة لي يسجلوني وما عاد أبوي يسوي فلوس يسوي عملية. لا عدنا نفط لا عدنا صوبة والدنيا باردة. من تطم علينا تتأذى.
Look at these children filled with passion, ambition. They want to make a difference in the future. Every child deserves an opportunity and education, and every child deserves a happy childhood. Inshallah, with your help and your contribution, not only can these children receive the education that they require, but also you can help their father receive treatment so he can continue to be present in their lives. To make a difference, visit www.imamhusseincharity.com and inshallah, all of these children will have a better future.
In the holy month of Ramadan, Quran is not just there for recitation. It calls the heart that feels distant, and it revives the soul in the upcoming nights. This month, we pause, we listen, we let its rhythm shape us, letter by letter, breath by breath. The Holy Quran is not just a book to be read, it's a book of revelation. To be learnt, to be taught, to be lived, to be shared. This holy month of Ramadan, reconnect with the Holy Quran, not just as a listener, but as a participant. Because the Quran calls upon us. Are we ready to answer?
During the holy nights of Ramadan, on the sorrowful martyrdom of Amir al-Mu'mineen Imam Ali alayhi salam, offer a proxy ziyarat and majlis of aza in his noble name by extending your sadaqah for your hajat and marhumin, a devotion carried from Najaf to Karbala, rising in grief and love, with follow-up photos and videos offering your names in the holy shrines. Sadaqah and nights of mourning is loyalty written in action. Share your devotion now where it is eternally witnessed. WhatsApp our Karbala office now to partake and sponsor.
These orphans
need your help and require your assistance. Don't let any of these orphans go hungry this Ramadan. Please donate.
Don't let this be the end. Keep the hope alive.
Welcome back to 7 Steps to Heaven, and we have a caller.
Assalamu alaikum. What is your name and where you are calling from?
Alaikum assalam. My name's Ali and I'm calling from London.
Ali, true or false? The Quran discusses prophets
before Islam.
True.
That's correct.
Which surah was revealed first?
Surah Al-Alaq.
Yes, that's correct. Ali, name the holy mosque which is closely associated with Imam Ali alayhi salam.
Masjid al-Kufa.
That's absolutely right.
Which prophet
could speak to animals?
Prophet Sulaiman.
And that's another correct answer. Ali, this is important. At the Battle of Khandaq, who did Imam Ali defeat?
Take your time.
Amr ibn Abdul Wud.
Well done, that's correct.
Ali, which Noah reciter is known
worldwide?
Mullah Basim al-Karbala'i.
Correct.
Final question, Ali,
And this could be the one that takes you to Karbala.
complete the phrase.
Often recited there. Ya laytana.
Kunna ma'akum.
Ali, you've done it. What is greater than visiting Karbala? Just for answering the 7-step question. Brothers and sisters, we are here to help you. The questions are not very difficult. They are easy. Muhsin's been studying Hazza for how many years?
Not enough.
Not enough to be answering all the correct questions.